Hi guys! Good morning. It is March 1st and it is actually the first day of Endometriosis Awareness Month. So I thought it would be nice to do just a little video of kind of my story. My pain started back in September. It's kind of lower right pelvic pain that was sharp, constant pain. It almost felt like what I would call appendicitis. I went in to see Dr. Rapley first. And, I sat in his office and he just said, yep, it sounds like it's endometriosis, so let's do surgery. I, at that point, was complaining about other pain up under my ribs. It could have been gallbladder related or it could have been endometriosis related, but, he kind of just dismissed the pain altogether, which he kind of said, that's your gallbladder, that's something else, that's an issue for another day. Well, I've in so much pain that I'm just like, whatever, let's take care of this lower right pain. So he schedules me for surgery, get done with surgery. At this point I have no health insurance, but I'm in so much pain, I'm like, I will pay whatever it takes to get out of this pain. Dr. Rapley's fee for surgery was $1,100. The anesthesiologist was $1,500, and the hospital bill, which I was quoted around $12,000, was $20,000. So after I get done, I'm like, well, at least I won't be in pain. Wrong. I am in just the same amount of pain, if not more. I go home and we try to get pregnant for a couple months and it's not working. And at this point it's really hard to try to conceive. At this point I'm in so much pain that it is so difficult to want or have a need to want sexual intercourse. It's so challenging for me, and I can only imagine what it's like for my husband. The pain didn't stop, so I went back to him and he said, okay, let's get a CT scan done, let's see if it's your appendix, let's get an ultrasound done, all these tests. Nothing showed up. Everything looks good. It looks like I'm 100% healthy. I was in pain and they said you need to go to the ER. If you're in pain, you need to go to the ER. It's probably a tubal pregnancy. So I went to the ER, again, no health insurance, and they sent me on my way. Everything looks fine. So I called Dr. Rapley again and I said, look, I need help. I need answers. I need something. And he said, okay, you need to go to a gastroenterologist. This isn't an OB issue. You need to go see him. So, I asked around. I found a really good, reputable gastroenterologist. I was so excited. I got my hopes up, and I got there, and, a 5-minute consultation, he was like, this isn't me. You don't have these symptoms. It's not bowel related. It's not me. You need to go back to your OB. I just paid this guy $200 for a 5-minute consultation to tell me he cannot help me. Called Dr. Rapley and he said, I don't know what to tell you. I just need another opinion. So I went to another doctor, doctor later, and went in, and he again just sat me in his office, talked to me for 5 minutes and said, yeah, it's endometriosis. And I'm like, okay, so here's another person saying it's just endometriosis. Well, he wants me to take Lupron, and this Lupron drug, not a friendly drug. I mean, it started out as a chemotherapy drug for males with prostate cancer, and when used for endometriosis, it basically puts you in an early menopause. The symptoms you get from this are, bone loss, joint pain, hair loss, weight gain, night sweats, hot flashes, and I would be okay with them if that was my only option for the time being, but I go on these support groups and everyone is like, do not do it, like, it's not worth it, there's lifelong symptoms from this drug. I get scared. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not okay. So I'm in pain still, and I don't know what to do. This started in September and it's now January. So I called doctor later and I'm like, look, I'm in so much pain. I need to come in. I need to see you. I think something else is wrong. How come I had zero relief from the surgery? And he said, no, it is endometriosis. You need to either go on Lupron to stop everything for 6 months, or you need to, or you have the opportunity to go on to fertility meds and try to increase your chance of getting pregnant. I don't get to choose when my kids are, how far apart they are, or when I can take all my guts out. Someone else is planning it for me. I'm willing to try the Clomid, the fertility meds, to try to cure this on my own. The fertility pills, they didn't work, and man, what I went through that month was unexplainable. I can't even explain it. I couldn't leave my house. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm done for. I need a pain pill. I need my heating pad. I need a hot bath. To this day, I still take 2 hot baths a day. I keep a heating pad with me everywhere I go. Thought about doing the Lupron. My husband said, maybe we should just try it. Maybe that's our only option. If, why would 4 or 5 doctors recommend it to you if it wasn't okay? But I went and saw another doctor, Dr. Tweed, and, it was probably a 15-minute consultation, and he basically said, you need to stop rolling out Lupron because it's saved a lot of people's lives. And he said, okay, you know what, I'll tell you this. Let's get a medical record release form over to the OB that did your surgery, and let me see if he has any notes or if there's anything in your file that I can see that has any evidence that I feel like we should go in and do another surgery on you. Because I don't think you should be in this much pain right after you just had the surgery. I don't think going in and doing another surgery is going to be helpful for you. And I'm like, okay, so I signed the form, everything, filled it out, made sure they would call me within the next day. And it's been 2 weeks and no one's called me. Monday she said she would get back to me, she would look into it. I even told her, like, did he forget about me? Like, I just feel kind of shoved in the corner. Like, you took my money and you put my chart back and that was it. Still hasn't bothered to call me back. So once again, I just feel alone. So the gastroenterologist I went to referred me to a specialist, a pelvic pain specialist at the U. I thought that this pelvic pain specialist would be my only option, and he wasn't willing to help me. I understand why it took 3 months for them to notice that he couldn't squeeze me in. He couldn't see me. That's when I called Dr. Arrington, He's with Endo West up in Ogden. You know, he's the only one in Utah that's certified to do the surgery. You know, he is a specialist. I don't think I've ever had such relief. He's seen this a million times. He knows that these doctors are out here giving the surgery that isn't helping. You know, I know people, my own cousins, like I've had 3 laparoscopies and I'm still having surgeries. I had to do the research. I had to find my answers. Out of 5 doctors, no one ever told me that there was a difference in surgeries. That one is, you know, basically you go in and you burn off with lasers what you can see, where the other surgery goes in and actually cuts out and removes the endometriosis, and you know, it removes it and it stops it from growing. You're not masking it. You're not putting on a band-aid. You're not getting pregnant for 9 months so that as soon as you have a baby you're in pain and have to deal with a baby, and then what, another laparoscopy surgery that's not going to fix it. Going through this, I felt so alone until I got on these support groups, and I realized I'm not alone, that I'm 1 in 10. Everyone else in this group is too. Posted that I saw Dr. Arrington and then I'm scheduled for surgery next month, and you know, I've had 2 other people that are like, you know, I saw him today too, and I'm scheduled and I'm so excited, and you know, I've been down and depressed and lonely, and just, you know, she's describing her life, and it's exactly the life I've lived for the past 6 months. You know, it's gotten to the point where I can't work. You know, I try and work and I'm in so much pain and I can't take a pain pill because I'm at work and I'm driving, and you know, it's hard because I feel like it's a disability. It's a terrible disability, and no one sees it that way. In Utah, there's no short-term disability or temporary disability unless you go with like a private insurance company like Aflac or something that will get you some money. But you know, I asked the state for some help. You know, I have over $20,000 in medical bills from last year, and you know, they won't even look at me because I don't have a child. You know, I think things need to change in Utah. I think laws need to change. I think doctors need to be responsible for what they're doing to people. You know, if they want my money, fine, take it, but seeing me in this much pain, when are you going to, where do you draw the line? When do you say, okay, let me tell this patient there's other outlets, there's other surgeries, there's other things other than a band-aid, and then come see me in 6 months. I just hope that I can be the advocate for out there like us that have this problem. And I hope this brings awareness to people who don't understand it or get it, or, you know, most people can't even pronounce it, so. I mean, thank you for listening to my story. I'll have more updates, but I figured that I should probably start documenting what I'm going through, because I got my strength through other people's struggles, and if I could give anyone else that, then that would give me a purpose in life. Thanks, guys.